Welcome back from the lunch break. Council, if you are ready, shall we continue? Please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. We are ready to proceed, and may I ask that the witness be brought in, please?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Witness. Welcome back.
Sedo in Barabaka, Bismillah, Kotange. Again.
Before the break, we were talking about 2 tortures at the NIA, which you were incriminated. And you have explained that you were not there. You have nothing to do with those people. You are confronted with a 3rd accusation, which is the torture of Ibrahima, what's his last name again? Barrow. And that one too you have denied involvement. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Before the break, the chair had also asked that you draw an organogram Were you able to do that?
Yes, I was.
May I take a look at it? Mr. Witness, I see that under counter-espionage, you have 3 units, D1, D2, D3.
Ngaji janko bundala bikafudame de counter-espionage nga bundanding sabala jeje kafume D1, D2, D3.
These are different units. They are all units. Counter-espionage is its own unit, D1, D2, D3.
You'll be me function bundala. Counter-espionage kodo ya D1 sort of D2, D3.
Okay, I saw that you created the box headed by counter-espionage and you put D1, D2, D3, and then another box, investigations, operations.
Ngaje yenu ne roke dulalo me alonko ya itendije meni alonko wollen bundal de me alonko be counter-espionage kodo.
The way it is written, it seems to suggest that counter-espionage
nyala ya safi nyame ngai ni tandiji alafta atandile je ko counter espionage
is the
Can I have a pen, please?
Yes, could he be provided with a pen?
Okay, let me see.
Check the drawer.
Let me see.
Oh, you have one there.
I believe so.
Okay, give him a pen, please.
And once you sort that out, Council, if the Secretariat can make copies for the commissioners,
yes,
while you are talking about it, we see it in front of us.
Yes.
That would help us understand the thing very well.
Ya man kame for council wala mi de ko tumala men ayoke ni sedo ni pareta be nune fa pareta isi adi bunda la me alon ko le mara do ko tamandir nyalla nyong isa photocopy ya di commission ala fanana isaje fanan sa jube ko tumala men na ko be tarata tamaka.
Thank you.
So you are suggesting that counter-espionage is part of the Directorate of Internal Security?
Muntai kame itande ja wala bundale ka me counter-espionage abe bundale ko me alon ko wala marling external affairs.
No, internal
Internal
security.
wala tanko bunda me alon ko wala tama wala katama nda kono to jam banko kanjam.
Yes, sir.
So in essence, you had 3 directorates.
Munta bunda ro je
Yes.
nyaton kasabale beje.
At the time, yes.
Wato.
Internal, external, and admin and finance.
Kono tanko kono kunyala nim bantala ning nafulo. Maranya.
So what does D1 stand for?
D1 okoto muneti.
That one, I cannot ask that at now, remember. But the division responsible for, I'm not too sure. It's subject to verification, please.
Among Senema Bake, Fanga Yininkaro Kai Senema.
Either agriculture.
How about D2?
D2 do.
This is what I'm saying. All these things is subject to verification.
You haven't told us anything that is subject to verification. If you don't know, tell us you don't know.
Man fam fo jamme alonko a jareta pour ya sene yandi folo ya nyini karo kala sene yema ni malon do afo malon.
One is responsible for agriculture.
Other
is
ko fula nyaw sere marale
For
mun.
the second one?
One among the trees, one is responsible for agriculture.
Sabol kono kilingoni welbe maraling seno kunyala.
The other is responsible for political issues.
Wodonying welbe maraling politic kenyala.
The third, if I'm not forgetting, is responsible for military.
Nimanyina sabanjawani wala mata sojaro la kual.
You have the economic sabotage unit.
Tanko fanko kunya me alonko wala lafta ka do yaro do kala ko to.
You don't know.
Malon.
You have armed security and dissident group.
Armed security and dissident.
Armed security services and dissident groups.
Tanko kunya topotonya.
It's either D3 or D2.
It's again surprising that no, you told us that you do not know the functions. That is it. You don't know the functions. Even the investigation departments, you don't know the functions. You gave us only one function.
I know their responsibilities, but their functions, I cannot tell you that. How do they function, I would not know. They are responsible for.
Responsibilities and functions in your head are different.
Again, it depends on how you see it.
How do you see it?
Me, I see difference there.
Are you satisfied with my suggestion that D1 would be politics and religious affairs? Politics and religious affairs? That is religious fundamentalism and whatever you call it.
Dino Maranya.
Well, are you telling me they are responsible for that? I can't remember. To be honest, I know it is there, but who is responsible? Which department is responsible? I cannot remember.
You cannot also confirm economic sabotage?
I can confirm, but under which department? Is it D1 or D2 or D3? I don't know. This is what I'm saying. D2. This is what I'm telling you.
But you don't even seem to know which, I mean, what these Ds entail. You know there is D4.
You are telling me. I can't remember.
Okay, Mr. Chair. I think the record is clear. The Commission would be able to draw their findings. So I would not go back to Senifai's accusation against you. The only defense you have is your statement that What they said is their version.
It's
not true. Finish. Halas.
Yes, sir.
That's all you have as your defense.
Yes, because.
And with regards to Bachsamba Jalo too, the only defense you have, it's not true. That is their testimony.
Bachsamba Jalo fanana Karola Yemen Sora Jebe fan Tankandila Menda to Miro Nicola Nindiko IMM for 120.
Ibrahim Barrow also.
Ibrahim Barrow fana.
All you have is it's not true. This is their testimony. That's all you have, correct? Good. So now,
Council, before you continue, now that we have the organigram before us, can you ask the key question again, if you don't mind, on the cross-cutting on the thing? You just need to know.
Yes. Mr. Witness.
Help us understand.
The unit that was specialized or tasked at the NIA to be investigating issues the NIA is interested in would be what unit?
Bundal me ya lonko ikadu ko dila la puru ye ko kiskis men ya lonko NIA ay sula la wala mjumalti.
It depends on under which department it falls.
Tutala obe fanna jumala ko doku fanna min koto.
Are the departments standalone investigating units?
When it
comes to their issues, yes.
But in that case, there is no need for an investigative unit. So the investigative unit is redundant.
Investigation
Mr. Witness, we have spoken to a lot of NIA officers. And what they say is that the various units would do their work and they would send the matter to investigation for investigation. These people are lying. Hold a second, you've answered. Let me just ask my questions. Just a moment.
Okay.
We have heard from the current Director General, Mr. Sow. He said when Lankabu and Co. were arrested, after the operation, they handed the matter over to investigation because it's a matter for investigation. These Farafenya attackers, when they are brought, they were handed over to Fodebari for investigation. What he denied was that he was not at the door to receive them. But they were handed over to investigation for investigation. You heard his testimony, that's what he said.
I think if
you heard his testimony, that's what he said.
I didn't listen to his testimony as of yet.
Yeah.
See, if you listen to me proper, you get me. Like, yes, he went out, they picked somebody who is supposed to be investigated.
Yes.
Inform the DG for handing him or whoever to the investigation department for further investigation. This is why I said further.
Mr. Witness, you did say that the various units would investigate their cases. That's what you said. You refused to accept that the departments, the various units would submit their issues to investigations for investigation.
It has to go through the channels.
But, Mr. Witness,
they will be directed.
Please,
take this to that place.
Please, Mr. Witness.
Okay, sir.
Everything that is done at the institution is done at the behest of the Director General. So if they inform the Director General that we are sending it for investigations, it is still sent for investigation.
Yeah, Director.
But is that really significant?
Yes, it is. You see,
Mr. Witness, wouldn't it be sent to investigations for matters to be investigated?
Yes.
Exactly. This is different from all the answers you had given before. I gave you specifically the example of religion, whether if they have an issue, which unit they would submit it to. You said no, it would be submitted to religion.
Issues where they felt that they cannot go further. This is why I said we follow it up to authenticate.
Mr. Witness, the investigations unit was the investigative arm of the NIA. The various units, after conducting their operations, would submit the matter to the investigation unit for investigations. That was used to happen. True or false?
There's something to be busy, yes.
Exactly.
Okay. It must go through the DG, please.
It does not matter where it goes through.
It matters.
It does not matter where it... Okay, let's agree. It goes through the DG.
Good.
And the DG is satisfied. Okay, and the DG directs that it goes to investigations.
Yes.
Okay. So tell us the 1995 people who were arrested. Wasn't it a matter for investigation? It was not a matter for investigation. No. So what would the NIA do with it? Yes, come in.
This was an operation carried out by the plainclothes of the President's office.
Mr. Witness, but that is certainly not the case.
I'm coming, yes, because...
No.
Just allow me to learn, please.
But
please, allow me to learn.
Let me ask my questions. I will just allow you to just narrate a story.
I'm not narrating, I'm giving you an answer.
Hold a second.
Why I said what I said.
Hold a second.
Okay.
You would give me an answer. You told us that the operation was carried out by Usman Tamba.
Who told you that?
I gave you the statement by Salmina Drame.
I said that's his department. That's his person.
You said it was external counter-espionage that dealt with it. And counter-espionage at the time was led by Daba Marena.
Yes.
Okay, and the witness who was in counter-espionage said it was Usman Tamba, counter-espionage, Seni Mane, you don't know where he worked, Modu Pikajala, and Musa Akinte. You said Musa Akinte was in counter-espionage. Yeah. So the witness...
I said...
Yes.
I can remember that of Salimina Drame.
And?
When you spoke, I said Musa, I said...
And who else?
And Seni Mane,
exactly.
Of course. Yes.
And of course, Daba Marena.
He's the head of the CE.
Right, yes. So you got 3 out of 6.
The other 2, I can recall where they were.
Exactly. So the witness said it was conducted by these people. It was not conducted by plainclothes from State House.
That's his version of understanding, because he was involved. My version, that's my understanding. This is what I'm saying. These people were, most of them were picked by the state guards.
Most of them. None of
all of them.
None of the witnesses who appear here said they were picked by state guards.
Because maybe they don't know as I do. Like he said, I'm not, like Salimina said, I don't know as what he said. I didn't know anything about it.
Okay. Now let's talk about the investigations.
I said there was no investigation.
So these people were just collected, taken to Fajara barracks, and some taken to NIA. So in NIA they were held there for decoration.
See. Can I come in?
We are waiting for your answer.
Okay. The casing was done by the CE.
The what?
Casing.
The casing?
Yeah.
Was done by
the CE.
And what do you mean by casing?
Okay. Casing under such, like, if you want to do any operation, you have to go to to know the place where the person is first. How he moves, where he goes to. Then, you come and set and go and arrest.
You see, we are not talking about all these preliminaries. We are talking about what happened to these people once they were brought at the NIA. You said there was no investigation.
As far as I know.
You are just running away from the existence of an investigation because you do not want to put yourself in there.
No, I'm not running away from it. I'm telling you my honest truth. There are people going out to demonstrate. They pick them, bring them,
and then what?
Pick them so that they will not be able to go and demonstrate. You see, our job is proactive. We don't wait until it happens. Whenever it happens, we fail.
You are talking about something completely different.
I'm just giving you a scenario.
What baffles me? What baffles me is that you would have an investigative unit. You arrest people. They were to be investigated. And you do not investigate them.
What were they going to be investigated on? Because these were people who said we are going to demonstrate. What else are you going to investigate in that?
Oh my goodness. Let's listen to what the witnesses said. Look at this witness. He was asked, can you tell the commission which people you found at the place when you arrived at the NIA premises? He said, when I arrived at the NIA premises, we were received by the then Director of Operations, Daba Marena.
Salimina Drame.
Baba Saho. And some soldiers from State Guard. Many soldiers from State House. Is he lying?
That I was within those who received him. I can't remember. Wallahi, he's lying. I said this was an operation purposely.
Is he lying? You say you cannot remember. Okay, let's move on. Before this time, did you know Daba Marena? No, I do not know. It should be, I did not know Daba Marena before. How did you come to know his name? It was during the process that I know his name because he will call all the time. Okay, Daba Marena. I used to hear the name, but I could not single him out. How about Baba Saho? Baba Saho is also that day I knew him. How about Salimina Drame? Salimina also the same thing. That was the first time meeting them. So you see, doesn't it sound to you that the witness is truthful?
I cannot say anything about that's his own version. So I don't have the right to object it. But I have the right to tell you that I was not.
You see, what would be shocking, Mr. Witness, is that the person who participated in the operation, a person who has accepted these tortures, he has explained precisely, almost exactly the same thing as the victim.
Let me ask Mr. Person. Salimina who lied against me here that I was among a panel of investigators.
Mr. Witness, we are talking about this particular incident.
Yes. Okay.
Salimina's story is almost identical with the story of the victim.
Salimina la to sede androning abina mulung tan nyoyala ko la même fango kan.
The victim mentioned the same set of people as Salimina.
Ko la mengang ay menu mol menu tofo Salimina fana yo mol del tofo menu be ma beringe.
I think I said I can't remember.
Okay. All right. Let us proceed.
Tenten.
He was asked, so can you tell us what happened when you arrived at the NIA premises?
Ya nyininka salam fo isa fo no commission munena na ke bring al furata NIA la korda bato.
Listen.
Lamoy.
We were asked to come in and then we were led to a big hall, myself and my companions. Is that normal?
That is normal.
Yes. That when people are arrested and brought in, they are taken to this big hall.
There's a hall at the CE.
Is that normal?
If you should bring somebody into your premises, you should take him somewhere.
Was it normal that they would be taken to this hall, to this big hall?
Yes.
How would this witness know that if this did not happen?
I'm not disputing the witness. What I'm saying is...
You are disputing the story of the witness.
Yes. As far as I am concerned.
Okay, all right, let's move on. So what the witness said about being taken to this place is true. You accept it. Okay. From there, Daba Marena being the leader, used to us to call us one by one to be led to another room, that is the interrogation room. Is it correct that Daba Marena was the leader of that operation?
He's the head of the department.
So what the witness is saying, is that correct?
I wouldn't know.
You see, now it's becoming funny. This is an operation headed by counter-espionage. They have arrested people. Initially, you said that they will do the preliminaries and send the person to investigations for further investigation. And here the witness is saying, we were brought in, Daba Marena received us, and he took us one by one into a room for interrogation. You say you don't know.
No. Excuse me. I cannot say for certain because I was not there. This is the truth.
Okay. What the witness said, is it in line with what would normally happen?
No, I wouldn't say anything about that.
You see, Mr. Witness, you are playing ignorance, you are feigning ignorance. This is it. You would not work in a place and rise to the position of director. You know exactly what your procedures are. You just playing games. You are just playing games. external security, counter-espionage, it does not matter. You had the same procedures. All right, let's go ahead with what the witness said. Brought into the interrogation room one by one. We do not go in pairs. Only one, then after they will call. They will come and take somebody. Also he will go. This is how things went on. Is the witness lying, or you don't know how things went?
I don't know how things went.
Thank you. You can hide behind that all you like. Where you eventually called to that one and one interrogation. The witness answered. Yes, before then Daba Marena looked at me because all the people can walk. I cannot walk. A big man crawling. So he looked at me and saw my broken leg and asked, what is your name? I say, my name is Senifai. What are you doing? I say, I'm a businessman in Serekunda. He said, oh, I wanted to leave you, but the information I got from one Bakari Kamara is that your shop is the place they conduct meetings. You conduct meetings. And that he was asked, was that allegation in fact true? Answer. At that juncture, I told him that this is not true. I saw Bakari Kamara did not know where my shop is, and he has never visited my shop. Would such conversation be normal? In such situations? You wouldn't know. All right. And then he was asked, were you surprised by that allegation? Because the previous question showed that they have received some intelligence information on which they acted. Isn't that the case? But isn't that obvious?
What is obvious?
If Daba Marena would tell him, we have received information is that your place, your shop is the place they were conducting meetings. Wouldn't that suggest intelligence information? Isn't it normal that Daba Marena would use intelligence information when dealing with these people? I
couldn't speak for him.
Yes, but Mr. Witness, you see, if you still hide with regards to the very obvious things, you make yourself look very bad. Daba was head of counter-espionage. But what he deals with is intelligence information. What he deals with is intelligence information. Answer now.
Yes.
And what the witness said suggests that Daba told him, I have received intelligence information that you were doing A, B, and C.
That's what the witness said. That's what the witness said.
But I have
I heard you reading it. So
do you agree with that?
No. I heard you reading what he said. That's his opinion. I cannot say, yeah, I agree or I don't agree.
I think you're just wasting the commission's time. You're just wasting the commission's time on very simple issues. I would proceed. And he was asked, and what happened after that? From there, he said, all right, come in. I was escorted to that big office. Nobody helped me. They did not allow anybody to carry me. I do not have to lean on something. But as I crawled from there to the place, I met some soldiers plus NIA personnel. And then the favorite NIA interrogation position would follow. He was undressed. That too is a lie.
I wouldn't know.
Isn't that your modus operandi? Strip the person naked prior to interrogation? Just answer the question. Answer the question. No. That was not the modus operandi.
I am concerned.
Mr. Witness, it's all right. But Samba Jallo said he was undressed. By you, Fodebari, and others. Balo Kante said he was undressed. Ibrahim Jata said he was undressed. Omar Jata said he was undressed. Omar Dabo said he was undressed. Ibrahim Baro said he was stripped naked. Even the most glaring one, Langkabu. He had to run from NIA to Banjul Police Headquarters, naked. He did not strip his clothes when he was outside. Stripping people naked was NIA modus operandi. That was how you humiliated people. That is how you ensured that the people would not escape and run away until Lankabu did it. So would the witness also guess that this is how you did it? By stripping him naked?
That's his version of the story.
That too is a lie?
I cannot comment on that.
Then he went on to say, I met a machine. Somebody was conducting that machine. The electric machine, they shock people and they undress until I am left with my knickers, and then this time they started interrogating me. That he also guessed that. You know how many witnesses testified to this effect?
Mr. Counsel, but I told you I cannot say anything about it because I was present. So I cannot comment on something I'm not aware of.
He was asked later. You also mentioned Daba Marena. Was he there? Did he participate in the torture? If the witness wanted to lie and implicate people, He would probably say yes.
Asikiana ba vala dron ha.
But this is what the witness answered. No, he was just giving orders. He is the boss. Was he right that Daba Marena was the boss?
Yes, he was right. He was the head of the CE.
So that is no guesswork.
He's the head of CE. Yes. It's no guesswork, that's true.
Exactly. How would the witness have known?
I cannot answer that because I wouldn't know.
You mentioned, you said he was the boss. He was supervising it. He said, yes, the director. And he was asked, you mentioned that when you arrived, you found Baba Saho, Musa Sedik, and Salmina Drame. Did these individuals participate in your torture? He said, yes, they participate.
I said, no, I did not.
This is the only bit that the witness lied about.
Yes, because I wasn't there.
And he was asked whether Salmina participated. He said, yes, Salmina participated. And Salmina acknowledged that tortures were normal in the NIA. Is that true or false?
Tortures were
normal at the NIA. Tortures happened frequently.
That's not true.
And you see, and you were implicated in a lot of the tortures that were ongoing, so you would have reason to deny that, wouldn't you? He was asked about his colleagues. And he said, so you said your colleagues were also subjected to a similar process. He said the same thing. And he was asked, who were they? And he mentioned as follows. Jundu Jawara, Lamin Kanaji, Alaji Moro Sedikan, Langhawa Sonko, Fode Sise, Amadou Diallo, Usman Diallo, Buna Kebe, Ibrahima Sonko, Sirif Biai, and Omar Ba. In fact, 11 people. They were all tortured. The NIA by your group.
See, Council, I said, this particular district, I wasn't there. It doesn't concern my department.
Well, your department was badly incriminated. And it's not incriminated by title. You were individually identified. Not just by the victims, but by your colleagues as well.
And the same colleagues came here to lie against me.
When a person made a mistake,
it's a serious mistake, Council. Worldwide. Everybody's working.
Okay, now let's talk about the correct one.
No, let's finish this first. It's a serious one.
You want to run in a corner where it's most convenient. We would bring you out and take you to where the truth is. We take you to where the truth is. The truth is painful and inconvenient. If these matters were to be investigated, which department would they be sent?
If they were to
investigate it, yes, where it is directed to go.
But would it be normal to send it to investigations? Answer now.
Yes.
And if it was sent to investigations, it would be sent to you. And Fode Bari and Baba Dindin Jobate.
We sent to the head of the department.
And who was that? Who was that?
Mr. Barry.
Exactly.
This is a regimental organization. I want you to have
Mr. Witness, we know that.
Okay, thank you.
We know that.
Okay.
But I have just told you the 3 top officials in that department.
Headed by somebody.
Fode Bari, Baba Dindin Jobate, and yourself. Isn't that true? But you think that the witness would just blindly know that he would just plug it from the air?
Plug what from the air?
The fact that you were involved with him?
That's not true. Because there was nothing to be investigated. These people were arrested already for trying to.
Well, it seems like you haven't listened to what the witness said. The witness said they were taken to the room, the few questions were asked, and they were tortured.
Big room, sir.
Okay. Next time, listen. He was first taken to the big hall. And they were taken to a room there. They were removed from there and taken to another big place. That is where they were tortured. You heard him say he had to crawl to get there.
Did you have this opportunity to visit the CEN?
We have visited the NIA.
Did you reach the CEN?
We have visited the NIA.
Okay.
Look, you cannot explain why this particular person who does not know you, why would he claim that he met you on this particular occasion? And it just happens that you are in fact the right person to be there at that time.
Which is not true.
Okay, well, you can hide behind it is not true as much as you want. Even if I ask you whether Baba Saho is your name, you can say it is not true. Because here we don't take you to the corner and beat you up for you to answer. So, but you have accepted that if this matter were to be investigated, it would have to be sent to investigations.
Yes. If it were investigated.
And in that case, it would be sent to Fode Bari, Baba Dindin Jobate, and yourself.
It will be sent to the head of that department.
Does he have a name?
He said Fode Bari.
And Fode Bari would be working with you.
Yes.
And Baba Dindin Jobate.
Yes.
Okay. So, in fact, the witness is saying, well, it was you people who dealt with him. So that too is a guess. Okay. All right. But, Mr. Witness, this has been your modus operandi. This is how you did things at the NIA. In all the three credible allegations made against you, which happened at different times to different individuals who don't know one another, they all described the same process. Is that too a coincidence or a fabrication?
I wouldn't know.
See?
I wouldn't know because
Bachamba Jallo described being forcibly rendered naked. His trousers were removed by yourself and for the
Bachamba Jallo ya fujanko ya forsi to bond ala kufengol bonda la ndu meya ko le baba Saho ani for the bari.
Unelectrocuted.
Ndu ya maskura wala fanam.
Senify said he was undressed.
Senify ko ya uranne.
Unelectrocuted.
Ya maskura wala.
Omar Jata said
Omar Jata fanam ko
he was undressed and electrocuted.
Ya uranne ya maskura wala.
But the beauty is, Omar Jata did not mention your name.
Omar Jata o mete fa otofo.
So your name is not as nice as you thought it was.
That's
your opinion.
Do you have an explanation for that?
Apart from saying no to what the allegations?
So these witnesses appear very credible. Appear very credible. But then let's come to 2006. You were already out of the service. Correct?
Yes.
Yaya Jammeh called you back. Correct? To come and conduct an investigation.
Yes.
Because you are the experts, you are the successful guys in investigations.
I don't see myself as an expert.
Well, your set is called the experts. You are the experts.
That's how they are seen us, maybe.
I will see
myself.
Or maybe the torturers.
Whatever. They see us to be. But no torturing, no.
But when you were brought to come and work at that panel in 2006, there was a lot of torturing going on. True or false?
True.
This torturing was countenanced by all of you.
How?
Just answer the question.
No.
Yes or no?
No.
You, in fact, participated in the torturing.
Never.
Tell us how you came to be in the panel.
I think a day or two after the attempted coup, I was approached by Lantombong Tamba, who was directed to my house by my neighbor, Saho Fofana. This was on or about 9, 10 in the evening. They knocked my gate. I saw Sajo. They said, in Mandinka, K Nate. I opened the gate. When I saw him with Lang said, here, I talked to him.
Lang said I was sent by the head.
I mean the president then, Yaya Jammeh. So I spoke with him briefly. He said, Mr. Saho, there is I want you to go and join this investigation going on. If I can remember, he said, Lang will give you the details. At the same time, he inquired about Mr. Barry. I left with Lang and Mr. Fofana. Joined Lang's vehicle. And then Mr. Fofana went home. He went to Mr. Barry. I called him. I said, Mr. Barry, because I had this understanding that he spoke with the president already. Four came along with me in my vehicle before Lang to the NIA 10. It was to the floor. Yeah.
My counsel.
When we reached, it was late.
And you would accept that the president needed Peter and Paul in that investigation?
That's the reason why he called us.
And he needed you there because he wanted results.
Maybe that could be true.
Could be or true.
Could be true.
But of course,
because we found people there.
If you guys were not useful there, he would not call you.
That's true.
Remember, you guys were sacked from the service by none other than him. True or false?
Yes.
So he's taking you from the freezer and was reactivating you. True or false?
That's the way you put it.
He is recycling you or making you bounce back, as they used to say.
I'll take making us bounce back.
That is more interesting. That is more palatable. Huh?
Okay.
Okay. But he did not make you bounce back because he just liked your names or your smiles. He knew your capacity to produce results in investigations.
He knows we are very steady in our investigation. We are very professional.
He would not know that. He's never seen you walking. He knows the results you produce.
I've worked with him before he became a president. Yes, investigative work.
And he knew your capacity to produce results. Remember, 1995, 1996, those are the most difficult periods. Fodebari was there. You were there. And results were produced.
No, I, for one, I don't see those things as difficult. 1992 to the most difficult.
1992, you would not torture people willy-nilly, would you?
1992,
we do tortures.
Oh, thank you very much. Finally. Hallelujah.
We?
Yes.
How?
No, you said.
I said, do we do tortures?
You said we do tortures.
I said, do we? Please, can you ask them to revise this? Do we do tortures? Sorry, listen carefully when I'm talking.
I told you.
Don't put words into my mouth.
In 1992.
I said, that's the most difficult to me.
Yes, okay. I said in 1992, you would not do tortures willy-nilly.
I said, do we do tortures?
If that is your answer. That's what I've said. So are you confirming that in 1992 you were not torturing?
You torture, you not get what you want.
But from 1994, torture was the name of the game. In fact, your colleague said here that 90% of you have tortured.
Maybe I'm within the 10% who didn't.
You are not even sure. That's why you said maybe.
No, I'm just telling you.
You are not even sure.
Maybe I'm between those people.
Well, the evidence paints a different picture. The evidence suggests that you are a notorious torturer. You cross genitals. You beat. You electrocute. That's what the witnesses say.
I fear my grave than any other thing.
But when you were brought back in 2006, you in fact did torture.
But kabri yemurun in 2006 wo sangoni ye tajinte yakale.
How?
Nyadi.
You beat, didn't you?
In anybody there.
I
had that empathy. You see, Mr. Counsel.
Counsel.
First night we got there.
The
situation under which we found the victims. If you have blood in your veins, you
how did you find them?
In a very terrible condition.
And tell us about that condition.
You cannot describe it unless you see it physically.
No, tell us. Tell us.
They were in serious pain. These victims were in very serious pain. How they are. No, you cannot take it. You cannot stand it. That night we didn't do anything.
That was the first night.
That was the first night.
We have heard from Langtombo. And he said it was okay. They were not beaten before the panel.
There was no beating before the panel. They beat them downstairs. They
beat them downstairs and bring them up.
But it was suggested, it was made as if there were no beatings going on that was known to the panel. Just answer the question.
There was beating done that we were all aware of. Beat them down, drag them up. Before you question, how can you talk to somebody who is just unconscious? That thing sent me to my... Anyway.
Did you beat anybody? Well, we've received different evidence. And listen to this. This is Wasa Kamara. This is his statement. You crying? I'm sorry. Well, the victims also cried. Genuine tears. And this is what Wasa said. Again, I was not aware of where I was taken. However, upon arrival, I realized that I had been taken to the NIA. Upon entry, the place was littered with a lot of military personnel armed with personal and support weapons. Is that true? That was the environment?
That was a war zone.
He said, I was taken to the conference room to face the panel comprising of Baba Haidara. Next person, Baba Saho. Fode Bari, IGP Sonko, Lantombong Tamba, Musa Jame, and so many others unknown persons. Is he lying?
So I was there.
Good. He said, I was seated, having my back to the door of the conference room, flanked on both sides by the panelists. And then he started facing some questions. On the table were a hammer, small chisel with blood stains, true?
On the table, no. Honestly speaking, no.
He lied about that. But what's the significance of such a lie? All of you accept that they were beaten downstairs and taken upstairs. So what's the significance of him lying about what was on the table? And then he went on to say, I was told that if I did not answer questions correctly, I would be killed. And the hammer would be used to knock my head. Is it true?
I cannot remember him saying that. I cannot remember him saying that.
I am not sure exactly who threatened me because the junglers were wearing black masks. Is that true?
Council.
Is that true?
Yes. That place was a war zone.
So the junglers were walking there up and down in mass?
Only walking, they were even between the conference room.
With their guns?
I said armed, to their teeth.
What do you say to the suggestion that it was only one person who was there who had a gun?
Yes.
Would you say that's a lie?
I would not buy that.
Would you say it's a lie?
I will not buy it.
Mr. Witness, please, let's stop playing games. Would you say that's a lie?
It's not true.
Exactly. And then he went on to say, someone within the panel said that operation-wise, I was the head of the operations and knew everything. Was that a question that would be asked?
See, this particular day, we didn't participate in the questioning. It was Hydra who was leading. It was the one questioning.
What do you understand participate to mean?
When we were invited to join in them, during the questioning we didn't do anything because we just came in.
Can we play the video of Wasa Camera, please?
Wasa Camera video nga play ba ngo yue. Kumasa de ka boyin kang.
Then they were asking me about my involvement in the coup.
Kumasa de kan nyinin ka ndatar no da nyaadi la nyin coup de da bayri ngoto.
Initially, I told them that I don't know anything about the coup.
Follow on ko man fello nyin coup de da nyindo.
You know, and then I saw broken teeth on the table, small hammers, lost things. And then they told me that, look, what had happened to others will happen to you. We are aware that you are the master planner of the school. I told them that was not true. Then a lot of people accepted that, I'm part and parcel of the coup. But that was what happened is that when they were questioning me,
Bari men keta wala nyinde wato men ay tarta kan nyininka.
There was a man who was seated at the far end, at the far left, end of the table.
Kewodo nan betar sirin nunje mara kalola tabulo nying abe jamfarin tabulo la mara karola.
He was asking me that I was part of the coup and that I'm the ringleader.
I told him that
that's not true.
Who was the person?
Huh?
Who was the person?
I'll come to that. Then after that, immediately after that, Hydra also asked, he said, Kamara, do you know that we are following your tail? We know your involvement in the coup. So before I could answer that, behold that person who was sitting at that place came to my back, slapped me seriously on the right. When I turned to look at the right, he gave me a nasty slap on the and scratched my eyelids. Pressed my eyes inwards. Then from there he left. But there I couldn't see because I was struggling to open my eyes. So he went and occupied his space. And therein again, questions were going, I was answering questions. Then the same person stood up. Same person wanted to come and hit me again. I heard across the table, adjacent to him, that person said, Baba, stop. Then he said, Baba, stop in Mandinka. Baba, Abula.
Okay.
Then he said, Baba Saho. He repeated again, Baba Saho, stop.
Baba Saho, Abula.
So that was the time I know his name.
Can you describe? Thank you very much. Mr. Saho.
Mr. Saho.
Does this look like a fabrication?
Yes. At the panel,
yes.
Sir, the way we are seated, the suspects will sit like I am sitting here. That's Hydra. That's Mr. Barry. That's me.
Well, he said the person was sitting at the flank.
It's the same table.
But what you described,
on his left.
What you have described
on his left. I was sitting on his left. I was sitting on his side. Can you repeat
what you have described suggests that you are the one on the flank.
What I've described is I was not on his left side. I was sitting by his right side.
Mr. Witness, he said
that's what he said. That's what he said.
Okay.
Anyway,
but he said this person is called Baba. Is called Baba Saho. And you are present there.
It's because of these people I spent 13 months at Mile 2.
Let's not come to that. That is so speculative. But we would come to that later.
It's hotting.
We would come to that later.
It's hotting.
Yes. Well, Baba, you people have put a lot of people in jail. You have put a lot of people in jail for doing no wrong or illegally, unjustifiably. So you guys would only feel it when it has happened to you. But when you do other people in, it's okay, it's normal.
We had about 7 or 8
okay, so you are denying that you hit Wasa Kamara?
I can't remember.
You cannot remember now. So you're not even sure.
Wallahi, I cannot.
You are not even sure.
That I hit him?
Yes.
No.
You see? But how could you not be sure that you have not hit somebody?
You see, one, I was not comfortable where we were. Two, you see, I was very careful. I was very careful with the presence of these military boys.
Mr. Witness, what you have said is that you are not sure that you hit this person. Even a child would know what he or she has done. If you drink the water, you know you have drunk the water.
If I had done so.
But you are not sure that you have slapped the man. Well, the man is certain.
Yes,
he said you slapped him twice, pam, pam. And you scratch his eyes.
I'm saying no.
He is certain.
I was with him in mile 2. If I had done so, I'll apologize him.
Okay. Now you are sure that you did not.
I did not. But I believe I did not.
1 minute ago you said
I'm not sure.
You're not sure.
That's the truth.
Before you said you can't remember. So, Mr. Saho, you are just muddying the waters.
I'm not muddying the waters.
You are dilly-dallying. You are all over the place.
Okay. Okay.
I don't remember, I am not sure, I did not do it. These are three completely different answers. Three completely different answers. I am not sure. I can't remember. I did not do it. These are three completely different answers.
I like your style.
Because my style is effective.
No. It's just old bottle, old wine in a new bottle.
Exactly. That is why you were brought back. To torture the people. To beat them to submission. And that is what you did.
That was a military show. Mr. Fall, that was a typical military show.
Well, Wassa saw the military. He saw what they were doing. He knew exactly what they were doing. He has explained what people did. And he singled you out.
If Wassa to say he didn't know me, that's not true. We knew each other when he was at the military int. We knew each other when he was at the military int. I should tell you, he was my agent. I recruited Wassa.
He did not know you.
I'm telling you.
He did not know you.
No, he said he didn't know me.
Well, if he didn't know you, that is in fact makes it even better. He has no reason to mistake you for anybody else.
Now, if you should say...
But okay, Mr. Witness, let's listen to another witness who was present. Could you play the testimony of Mr. Haider?
You mean the three, Bunja, Wassa, and Yahya? I can remember a lot of Wassa. And when it happened, I'll explain that. We were in the process of question and answer, and he was cooperating. All of a sudden, one of the panelists came behind him, started slapping 1, 2. I told him to stop. And then immediately I turned to Fode Barry, who was sitting next to me. I said, Fode, please tell him to stop this. Why did I turn to Fode? Because Fode has always been seen as a senior. He seniored me in the service. This particular person doing that act always listens to him.
Who was
this was Baba Saho. And I believe Fode could indulge. Then Fode told him, Baba, stop, bile.
But Mr. Witness, the truth is this.
Now, Mr. Counsel.
Mr. Counsel.
Yes.
I can hear Hydra properly. He said the man was cooperating. Why do you need to beat him?
Why
do you need?
Well, the witness also said so.
This is why I said no.
You see, you guys,
you cannot be harsh on somebody you want to get information from. This was our problem with the panel.
Mr. Witness, what you people were doing there was torturing witnesses to confess. The description given by the witness are almost identical. Almost identical.
With what?
The testimony of these two witnesses. It's almost identical. Why wouldn't they name Malia Mungu? Why wouldn't they name Alaji Martin? Why wouldn't they name Langton Montamba? If they wanted to just incriminate people, they would have done that. It is you they named.
I've had their version. What I'm saying is, the condition under which these people come to us, one, if you are heartless, if you are heartless, I mean, not like the soldiers, those drunk, because those people,
maybe you are heartless. Maybe you are. But two people, the victim himself said, this is what this man did to me. The head of the panel also confirmed that you did exactly that.
Remember, the head of the panel was our head. He was the de facto Deputy Director General and the chairman of this thing.
He said that.
Why he could talk to me? I could remember, you see,
but he clearly explained why he told to Fode.
Okay.
Because it was Peter talking to Paul.
Mr. Counsel, I could recall, I stopped him from beating somebody. I should be beating somebody. Definitely, I would not have stopped him.
Who did you stop him from?
Mr. Hydra. One pair, Mr. Mendy, pair. All I know the joke,
but pair also said so. So what you guys were doing was playing good cop and bad cop. They would beat the suspect, and the other person would say, no, stop. No, bile. My friend, we all know those games. You were playing good cop and bad cop. In fact, you know, at the NIA, the person who would lock you up in a cell called Bamba Dinka is the person who would tell you, my bro, ñiden chor. Bilay, ñiden chor. Why harama tejla rek. They lock you.
No. These are
the games you guys play. You would not say these ones because you are ashamed of them.
No, I will.
Would you be proud of crossing a big man's genitals?
Oh, you be lying. That's the last thing I ever think of.
Exactly. You would not be proud of that.
That's the last. Look, it's very inhuman.
That is what you people did.
That's what they said we did.
Well,
that's what they said.
Your colleague said you did it, and the victim said you did it.
This is what I'm saying. They said. Yeah, but I'm saying no.
Well, the thing is, we cannot rewind the tape for all to see.
Yes.
It's not like this one. You did it in secret, in the din of the night. No. Late at night, you bring people from the prisons, beat the nonsense out of them, and parade them before a kangaroo panel, and clobber them to submission and confessions. And you submit a report, oh, we did a brilliant job. They all confessed. Parade them before television.
I didn't know about the report.
Did you ever complain that the confessions were illegally obtained? Perfect place. Hey.
No. But it's money we more on Gina.
Okay, so you would prefer that you are okay and allow other people to be sentenced to death?
If I was okay, I would not have been in mind too.
No, you would prefer that you are okay and allow other people to be sentenced to death.
Counsel.
But you were there in mile 2 with them when they were sentenced to death.
When they came, they said, the sentence was how? I asked them.
But how, you were surprised?
Because yes, I was surprised.
Why were you surprised? Because you guys built a system. You guys built a system of beating confessions out of people and using that to secure convictions. That was the system, Mr.
That was more or less a soldier affair. Soldiers will bring them, dump them here. If you are not talking, they carry you, nobody dares to. Mr. Hydra himself.
You did not protest these
We did. It's not
We and who? You and who?
I first spoke with Mr. Barry. I said, 4. He's the immediate boss.
Did you speak to Hydra?
No, there's somebody between me and Hydra, so that person must talk to Hydra. Person.
And who was that person?
That person was Mr. Barry.
But that's not what you said in your statement. You said we protested.
Yes, when I say we spoke to Hydra, it means there must be somebody. That's true.
My friend, if you say we, it means me and somebody else.
Yes, that's. I mean myself and Mr. Barry. So Mr. Barry has.
Did you speak to Hydra?
We spoke to him. Through Mr. Barry. Because we told
when he was talking to him,
Mr. Barry has a completely different take. He said he was the only person who protested.
Mr. Barry, they are Mr. Barry got a random mode me along go quiet Balambaya.
God be a witness.
And in your statement, you said you and him spoke and got Lang Tombong to go to the president to have MC Cham and Mr. Gay released.
Yeah, after he spoke with the president, he told me.
Who spoke to the president?
Mr. Barry.
You see, you listened to the testimony yesterday.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
You listened to the testimony yesterday.
Yajama will talk to you if he wants to use you.
You listened to the testimony yesterday.
Not as yet. Wallahi, not as yet.
You listened to the testimony yesterday. You know that is for Mr. Barry's version.
I know that.
That is Mr. Barry's version.
But I'm telling you here that I'm yet to listen to his.
Per Mendy said, whilst he was being questioned, it was ordered that he be taken down and beaten because he was not cooperating. Is that
true? I cannot recall that.
But you can recall Haidara attempting to beat him.
Yes.
Do you know how Per Mendy described that event? Let me tell you.
Yeah.
He said it was Saturday at 10 p.m. at night. He was taken to the NIA and directly to the panel. And he said the panelists were Langtombong Usman Sonko, Baba Saho. Fode Bari Momodo Haidara Bota Keita, Lamin Cham Demba Sow, and the Junglers. Is that true?
Yes.
Answer properly.
Yes.
And he said he was informed that all he was asked to inform all he discussed with Nur Cham. At this time, Haidara said, why you plastered your head? And he told them that it was Malik Jata who struck him with the butt of a pistol. He was butt struck. So Baba Saho said, do you think you are fit to be alive?
Baba Saho Yamrete, Bedam to say, Setara Baluno Santenba.
You threatened him.
Yakija Farale, Yakijo Tale.
I can remember asking him, boy, if I'm going to saying turnover. I can remember telling him that. If you take
Mr. Mendy is not a stupid person.
You know why I told him that?
Listen to his answer. You know, he said to you, so Baba said, do you think you are fit to be alive? In the next minute, I raised my head above the ceiling and I saw the mosquitoes flying. I said, if mosquitoes are fit to be alive, why not me? It's not a balloon. This is about the right to life.
That is it. That's what he's saying. If they can survive.
If this is not about whether he can survive. This is about whether he is fit to live. This is whether he deserves to live.
No.
That is the question. That's why the guy answered that if mosquitoes are there and they are fit to survive, to live, why not me? And that is when, according to him, Haidara rushed to him to hit him, and you stopped it.
Counsel.
Counsel.
The condition under which he came.
Mr. Witness, Haidara said, sorry, Air said you threatened him.
I didn't see it as a threat. It was an empathy towards the way he was.
Well,
I didn't see it as a threat. But if you take it that way,
you threatened him because that was the order of the day. That is what you people were doing. You were playing good cop and bad cop. A would do something terrible and then B would try to stop it. C would do something terrible and D would try to stop it. You were playing mind games with them.
That's your opinion, sir.
But that's how you investigate.
No.
That's what the witness said. And then he went on to say, so Haidara instructed the junglers to take me downstairs to the torture area behind the building.
Not that I am aware of.
Well, you have told us before that people would be brought in, they were beaten, if they don't confess, they were taken back down and beaten.
No, I didn't say if they are not, if they don't confess. I said before they come in. Seriously, I mean, seriously beaten. But face us. But even how can we talk to somebody who is just unconscious? That made us to make the complaint. We didn't go down well with some people there. It's not the soldiers.
Mr. Saho,
Mr. Counsel,
you cooperated with the torturing. You participated in the torture. That is what the evidence shows.
I said no.
I thought you said you didn't remember.
What?
Participating in the torturing.
I didn't say participate in the torture. I physically hitting somebody?
Yeah.
I said no.
You said you did not remember.
I can't recall hitting anybody. And that's the truth. I can't recall hitting anybody.
You simply do not recall.
Yes, that's true. So, no. If I do, I'll be able to recall it. I suffered for these people.
Your colleagues said you participated in beating them? Mr. Witness, what is baffling is none of you resigned.
Can you resign when you are asked to go home? Why resign?
Okay. The torturing started from day one.
We were there day or two.
Well, you said from day one, when you arrived, that is what you saw.
Yes. From our day.
And the torturing continued on a daily basis.
But remember, I was not there every day.
But it continued on a daily basis. When you came, there was torture.
Once we are aware of, yes. I cannot say every day.
But you did not resign until you were taken away from there.
Resign and go where?
So for you people, you just accept the situation.
We bear with the situation.
And that was unlawful.
Even the torturing was unlawful.
But even you accepting the situation and going and carrying along is unlawful. It makes you complicit in torture. Cancel. 3 times.
It was something that one dare not even say, Mandame buy them. No other.
But you could have left. You could have left and just not go again.
Then you leave the country.
Yes. Like many people.
My family.
You were selfish. You were thinking about yourselves.
It's not selfish. We are all selfish.
Those who run away thinking about yourself.
Those who run away should have stayed. We are all selfish.
Okay.
But when it comes to that, no family.
Well, so you self-preserved, and you sat there and you see your colleagues being tortured, brutalized, electrocuted, and all sorts of things done to them. But not only that, you were there with them in the most horrible place in this country called 5-Star Hotel Mile 2. Yeah. You were there with them and you sat comfortably and see them sentenced to death.
You could
have blown division. You could have said that these people were tortured. The international press.
Do you have access to us? Our family, we are not having access to us. We are incommunicado.
But this was normal. This is the system that you served. This is the system that produced what you went through. It was only wrong when it happened to you. But when you guys were doing it, it was okay and normal.
If this thing didn't happen, we would not have been here today. Studies, TRC, so that we can have something modern. You see, niamu ya jangayate sutu yare ngoneje. Niamu ya pitiata ye jamawale. Alinga dada tinyatale.
Altolle ya tinya. Alnyanta sonnako altolle ya tinya. Wala tinna mbejang.
Mbele ngatinya. Mbe. All Gambians.
Okay. Could you now speak for yourself? Because you are the one sitting there. Good. And accept your own responsibilities. You tortured people.
No, I don't.
You participated in the torture of people. Your investigative activities led to the torture of Bachamba Jallow. You would deny it because of the ugly things you have done.
But was never investigated by us. There was any investigation, it was not with us.
So he just fabricated it, that it was
his opinion.
Baba Saho.
That's his statement. Definitely that's his statement.
Jennifer too just fabricated it, that it was,
that's them.
It was Baba Saho.
They have their reasons. So
Wasa Kamara too just fabricated it, that it was Baba Saho. Per Mendy also fabricated it, that it was you who threatened him.
To me, I didn't take that as a threat with Per.
Well, soon after he was ordered to be taken down to be tortured.
That's what he said. And
you people did nothing. You sat down and watched these people sentenced to death, life imprisonment, and very long terms of imprisonment. You did nothing. When were you released?
I spent 1 year, 3 months there.
Was it nice? Was it nice? Spending that time at Mile 2 prison?
I don't understand you.
Was it a nice experience?
Saved my life. I would have been killed, maybe if I'm outside.
Was it a nice experience? Wouldn't you consider it as the worst thing that happened to you?
At that time, yes.
And did you realize that for everybody else who was there with you, that was the situation? That it was the worst thing that was happening to them? And don't you even think that the situation at Mile 2 was so horrible that no human being deserved to be put in that situation?
It's a horrible place, but people were taken there.
But you would accept that it's the most horrible place we have in Gambia. No person deserves to be put in that situation. You accept that?
Yes.
And you know that people were there. Because people like you have decided to keep quiet. But you know that. Didn't you?
I kept quiet.
Well, just answer my question.
I didn't know that I should talk.
Oh.
Well, I didn't know that I should make a complaint.
You didn't know that you could speak the truth. You didn't know that you could say the truth to save people's lives.
You are not up at one place where who will you talk to?
Okay. Who will you talk to? But you left prison after some time.
Yes. What is these people there?
Didn't you think that you could have said something?
Like what?
Like these people were illegally imprisoned?
I didn't think that.
You did not think so? You only thought about yourself?
And my family.
And that is the reason why we are all in this soup. Because there are people who, when it mattered, thought only about themselves and their families. You were also accused of the Balo Kante. By your colleagues.
Mr. Council, but I told you I was not here and I've shown you proof. So please, I've forgiven them.
Look, there is nothing to forgive. If there is anyone to forgive, it's probably you. For crossing a big man's genitals. For stripping people naked and beating them.
That's an allegation against me.
Yes.
So are you taking that allegation to be true?
Well, just like the other allegations you say are not true.
Sir,
those two are allegations. You are forgiving them for making allegations against you.
It's deliberate. With them, it's deliberate. They want to ruin me.
Well,
sitting here.
Well, these witnesses, Wasa Kamara also said you deliberately hit him. You slapped him twice. Haidara also said you deliberately hit this man twice.
But somebody who we are talking to and he's listening, answering us.
Mr. Witness, I withdraw the allegations against you with regards to Balo Kante. On the basis of the evidence you produced that you are not in the country at the time. But what still stands is you cannot remember that you have hit Wasa Kamara.
I do.
You cannot remember. See, but Wasa would remember. Haidara remembered what you did to him. Tenifai remembered what you did to him. Samba Jallo remembered what you did to him. I have no further questions.
Mr. Counsel.
Thank you very much, Mr. Witness. I hand over to the chair.
Thank you very much, Counsel, and thank you, Mr. Saho, for coming to testify before the Commission.
Baraka bak sedo baraka bak Council sedo baraka inata minajang kanira sedo andro di tiara sijang.
For turning to the commissioners, if they have any questions. I just want to raise them 7 key points. That is contained in the mandate given to us by the National Assembly of the Gambia. We had covered them, all these points during your testimony for today. I just want to summarize it in my own way. And it will be in the form of questions to you. Point 1. Have you, sorry, before getting to point 1, how many years total have you had in your service with the NIA?
Yole doku abe mume NIA.
I moved from NSS to NIA. It's the same institution, but the name's changed.
Go ahead with that, both of them together.
I started 1992 up to 2005.
How many years?
1992 for 2005.
Arithmetic, help me.
13 years.
13 years.
13 years you were in the service of the Gambia Intelligence.
Intelligence,
Point one, during the 13 years that you were in the service, have you ever tortured any human being, any Gambian or anybody resident here?
Inane mo tajirintiala for Gambia dingolem bang for mole miabe sirim banko kanjan.
Not that I can remember of.
And if 20 years haklo blata.
You see, I'm human.
You don't remember torturing anybody?
Yes, not that I can remember.
Haklo mamuda.
Point two. During the 13 years that you were in the service of the Gambia,
ila was sanjitanin sabo watum nebe doko la Gambia jang.
Have you ever unlawfully killed anyone?
Never.
Honey. The answer is no?
No.
Point three. During the 13 years you were in the intelligence service of the Gambia, have you ever committed sexual or gender-based violence?
No.
During these 13 years, have you ever forced somebody's disappearance?
No.
Or participated in the disappearance of somebody whose whereabouts is not known?
No.
Honey.
Have you ever participated in inhuman and degrading treatment of anybody?
No.
And have you ever arbitrarily arrested, detained them as somebody?
Yes, I've arrested somebody and detained.
Who is that person? Who are they?
No, not they, one. It was a money doubler called Sisoko. Something Sisoko.
Say who you were, Sisoko.
Sorry, that's not clear. Sorry, what did he say?
Say who you were, Sisoko. I've once arrested him and detained him.
Baba, we know a lot.
I want you to come, that to come directly from you. Council assisted you. But
because I cannot remember the name. This is why he assisted me. I thank him for that. But it's say who you were, Sisoko.
do you confirm that?
Wallahi, I did.
That you...
I've arrested him, detained him.
Arbitrarily. And then you detained him.
I detained him.
That's the 7th point. Detention without trial.
It was less than 24 hours anyway. The detention is less than 24 hours.
So besides Sisoko, throughout your 13 years with the Gambia Secret or Intelligence Service, the only violation that you have done that the National Assembly asked us to look into was the arbitrary arrest of Sisoko.
One person.
One person.
Yes.
13 years. Never slapped anybody. Never hit anybody. Never committed any of these violations and abuses that we are asked to look into. Our hands are completely clean. Extraordinary. Commissioners, if you have any questions,
Thank you very much, Chairman.
Chairman.
Yeah.
Baba.
Baba.
Yes, ma'am.
I
want to ask you one thing. That is what happened to Bach Samba Jallo.
Bach Samba Jallo la sanjo be ñamen.
Bach Samba Jallo, according to his age.
Bach Samba Jallo majiki asinyine ite tola.
I don't think Bach Samba Jallo will forget your name.
Foni atara Baba Saho fulale be NIA.
Unless there is 2 Baba Sahos at the NIA.
But Bach ko mole ko.
But Bach said to us that.
Dunia be ñala.
In front of the whole world.
Ka foko itele ata.
Saying that you are the one.
Ya urang.
Who strip him.
Kala ke ata.
Then take his private parts.
Lipa.
Hit it.
I think
if it is something that has happened,
I
don't think an elderly person he will stand and disgrace himself, expose himself to the whole world. I want to ask you whether there is 2 Baba Sahos at the NIA.
I know
that, I know my own. I know that I am the Saho there.
And you told me Baba Falanet.
And your name is Baba too, yes.
I
think at the NIA you are not alone there. No.
I
think Barry also is not there alone.
But if
you see the hundreds of people that are working at the NIA there, they only mention you people, 1, 2, 3 to 4 of you people. I don't think
wale batinale ba fola ko ke ba koto ba membo ko ngaibo ya ola banta dunia be ya kalamuta.
I don't think they will just come to spoil your name just like that if you look at the age of Bach Samba.
And
I think also your NIA.
I
asked before, but it was not answered clearly to me. Well, is it the law there that
as
I have asked the question before, I'm going to ask it again. Before you beat somebody, you strip naked the person just as how the mom born the person and start. Is that your law?
Can come in, huh?
Yes.
You see, these are individual statements made by, allegations made by people.
So what he thought, that's what he said.
But according to
but it's clear to me that whatever he said is not true. I can answer that. I think now you people and junglers are similar. I think the junglers are better. Because they have stood and confirmed that they have killed somebody. But you people, what you are accused of?
In silence.
You kill people in silence.
Because
to take somebody's private part and hit it. That person's living.
Okay, allegation I
have answered your question. That is not true.
Okay, the third thing is ite mune soto be men fola Gambia mol ye do ko ke wato menna ni ye fonyo wato menna men kete bulu ite mune soto be men fono la mol.
What do you have to say to Gambia during the time of your work and also when you are retired from your work? Such as
ya tumi mella
what you are accused of. This is not true. It's not true.
You have sworn on
the Holy Quran. I have even taken an ablution. My hereafter is more important to me. Baba, your name has been mentioned a lot.
I think when you
came, you will clear yourself. What I said, is it not that a clearing myself?
Is that what you are telling me? Is that what you are telling me?
Okay. Mr. Saho.
Mr. Saho.
Exercise decorum.
If your people mention you and say bad things about you.
Madam Samba.
Madam Samba, I do not do.
Okay, no problem.
I don't mean to be rude on you, please.
Honey, rude man.
I'm sorry.
So,
may God assist all of us. Thank you.
Commissioner Carr, you have the floor, please.
Commissioner Carr, welcome.
Thank you, Chairman.
Chairman.
And thank you, Mr. Saho, for your testimony before this committee. I'm asking this question for the sake of the victims. And for the future of this country. The question is, do you have any regrets?
For
just any regrets?
For enemy Satalaba.
You can miss a cooler, so you
have to regret something that you know. I don't know what I have done.
But
you have to regret something that you know.
You don't want to answer, but it's fine. The second question is, with everything that has happened, can you be trusted to serve this country in your current position? And why would that be so?
If I may ask, what's the reason why I should not be trusted?
Again, you don't want to answer my question. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much. There are no further questions from the Commission. The organigram that you've given us, which I'm sure Council would submit letter for exhibition in our records. But before he requests that, I just want if you can help very quickly, it wouldn't take more than a minute or two, to give us the names of the individuals that are in these boxes during 1995 that you have indicated is the time for this organigram.
1995,
so if you can go through it quickly. Who was DG at the time? What name do I put in that box?
Sambaba.
Sambaba? Yeah. Who was Deputy DG? And who was Director of External Security?
It
was Muniru Dabo.
Muniru Dabo.
Who?
Muniru Dabo. Late.
Muniru Dabo, Bantale.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter whether or not the person is alive, just the name. Muniru Dabo?
Yeah.
Muniru Dabo.
And who was Director of Finance and Admin?
Seni Suso.
Seni Suso.
Seni Suso?
Yeah.
Seni Suso.
And who was Director of Internal Security?
Banko Kanyam.
I cannot recall his name. I cannot take that place. I will come back to you. Mr. Paul, please.
But according to your organogram, he was the boss of the coordinator of espionage.
Counter espionage.
Counter espionage. Marina was that, I'm coming to that particular one.
Yes.
But Marina was reporting to the director of internal security.
This is what I'm saying. I cannot get it now, but please, I promise, inshallah, I'll give it to this man if I should get the name.
Fine. Then the liaison officers, you don't need to, I don't know how many you had in that box with the foreign missions or on the foreign missions. You said on the foreign missions, I presume they are responsible or they're handling liaison with foreign missions here in the Gambia. Is that correct?
Liaison officers in foreign missions outside. Gambian embassies in foreign.
Oh, Gambian embassies abroad.
Yeah.
Oh, why do you have them here then?
No, I mean embassies outside the country.
I see.
Here we have our embassies. Not all of them.
So in New York, you would have an NIA official sitting in the UN mission. I mean, I'm not asking you to name.
Confidential issue.
No, I'm not asking you to name. I just want to know that indeed there's a chap there who was an NIA official that I've probably been talking to, and I didn't know. No,
wasn't me.
That's all right. Counter-espionage head, what would that be? That's not director. These orders that you have, counter-espionage, D1, D2, D3, you have all this, and D1, D2, and D3, sorry.
Is a section of its own, headed by a senior officer.
He wasn't director?
No, at the time, until when Marina was promoted to be director.
But the person we put in this box here would be Daba Marina.
Yes.
And the D1?
D1 I cannot remember, unless if I may inquire, but I can't remember.
D2?
Same.
D3?
Same.
And the investigations,
Mr.
who was
Barry.
heading that?
Mr. Barry. 1995, no, it was 13 Baji. Landing Baji. Before Mr. Barry.
And where are you in this organogram? You don't seem to feature.
I was under them.
In what, which area?
Investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah.
So 13 was your boss?
Yes, at the time. Briefly, then Mr. Barry came and took over.
Thank you. If you have any closing remarks to make, please proceed to make them now.
I'm thanking the commission and asking for forgiveness if I may have offended somebody directly or indirectly. It's a duty that we all have to do. And the purpose of it is what has happened. The bad things that have happened should not happen again. It's not going to be easy for you people. It's a tough job. But we are all out praying for you people to succeed. Yes. That's it. That's it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Sorry. Council, do you have something to submit on this?
Even the closing remarks could show quotations from Fodebari.